ladies and gentlemen, my name is Philip Russell. I'll be doing all your play-by-play action for this year of Red Hound football. Joining me will be Chandler Cook, my right hand, and also the color man. And Chandler, it's good to have you aboard a new season. Right now, I'd say right at kickoff, probably the temperature will be in the low 90 maybe, or up around the high 80s, because it is hot.
It is hot where we are, Phil. We're up near the press box, and it's a hot evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure it's a little cooler down on the field. We still have a little breeze blowing tonight. Philip, new season, new head coach.
A new season, new head coach, and we're here at Admiral Stadium in Danville, Kentucky, the site of the Constitution Bowl. This is the first time the Red Hounds have played in this. Of course, tonight they'll be taking on the Golden Lions of Garrard County. Their head coach is Jeff Hester, and one thing that obviously stands out to me right away by looking at the rosters, Chandler, is that the Red Hounds have 4 seniors dressed up, suited up to play this evening. Garrard County has 12 seniors dressed and a lot of upperclassmen. The Red Hounds will be starting about 7 sophomores, I believe, either offense or defensively. And of course, you've got some ties to that. One of those young 4 seniors is your son, of course, and you also have number 22 out there running the football, Stephen, who will be a tailback for the Red Hounds, the Cook brothers. So you've got a dog in this fight also, along with this broadcasting. The Red Hounds have or will be kicking off on your screen, of course, be going left to right. Again, Chandler, it's good to start off a season here. You know, this is the first time I've been to Danville, Kentucky for a football game. This is serious. Been coming over here a lot of times, but this is the first time I've been here for a football game this early in the season that it's so hot, and I really felt like, you know, we really had a chance of winning a football game, that we're not playing the Admirals, and it's not sleeting or snowing or raining, or it's not like 10 degrees below zero.
Right.
Of course, the Red Hounds now are in a new district this year. We'll be talking about that more so as the season goes along, even tonight's broadcast. Again, it's good to have you on board for this evening's 1999 debut of Coach Steve Jewell and his Red Hounds. Kicking off for the Red Hounds will be number 12, B.J. Foley. Curtis Willis had left the team earlier in the summer camp, I believe, so I believe Foley's taking over the chores. He approaches the kick, and the 99 season is underway, taken by the deep back of the Golden Lions. Up to about the 20, the 25, has a rain, and he's gone. If Foley doesn't have him, he could go all the way, and tackled at the last moment for the Red Hounds, coming out on about the 35-yard line. It looks like Steely, number 27, coming up, making the tackle that time. If not, the big guy for Garrard County was gone.
Yeah, they were up the middle that time on the return, and we had 2 guys down there attack the wedge, and we took a couple of them out, but then the runner was so slow getting the ball. Looks like we might over-pursued there a little bit.
Pursuit was over. One thing that Coach Jewell has talked about, this is a young football team, but he wants to throw that out the window of what the article I read the other day. He says, forget that young business. We've got to put people out there to play football, so we're going to play. Quarterback this evening is number 2. It's Chris Stefan for the Golden Lions, who'll have lined up behind him Crutchfield. In motion is now back to throw the football, and reading it very well.
Nice play,
Coming up is Stephen Hart from his defensive end position.
Randy Cord on the initial hit, and Jason Steely putting him down.
That was Cord, from that defensive position, along with Jason Steely. That name Steely will sound familiar, I guess, to some of your Red Hound fans. He's the younger brother of Danny Steely, who was quarterbacking here for the Red Hounds just a couple of years ago. Jason set out last year, had some injuries, and even in camp this year he had a little bit of injury, but it's good to have him back playing as a junior for the Red Hounds. Hand off now to the right side, met right up to the middle of the gut, is
Stephen
carrying
Johnson.
the football. Ricky Boyd, the running back.
Stephen Johnson on the initial hit there. Also Sizemore and Cord.
Speaking of those young men, Johnson is one of the lone seniors of 4 that is lined up and suited up this evening. Of course, Sizemore is a junior, the big junior linebacker. The linebackers in there are Cord, Steely, Cook, and Sizemore. Back to throw again is Crutchfield over the middle and just out of the reach. It looked like Sizemore might have tipped that at the last moment. He's slapping his head like he possibly could have even intercepted that. A good read that time.
Phil, I see it right out of the basket here. 2 passes.
I was asking you earlier.
Watching a little film on Garrard County. They did not pass a great deal in that scrimmage that I watched, and they were more of a running option team, and they may be trying to catch us off guard here a little bit.
Well, I do know that Garrard County was
Fourth and 9, Phil. 4th and 9.
Garrard County was at the scrimmage with Henry Clay, and I'm sure Coach Jewell didn't show a lot too.
Block,
Crutchfield's got to move. Stephen Cook is chasing. Good lick at the last moment. As
Good job, defense.
I believe it was. Yes, it was. Steely come up and put a lick on the big quarterback Moberly, or excuse me, Stefan, right as he started to release the football, and it tailed off on him at the last moment. So Jason Steely's already coming in, making it known that he's ready to play his junior season here. He's always been known as a strong hitter. Matter of fact, in camp, the reason why he was hurt, he suffered a concussion, I believe, on the last day of camp, and sticking that head in there.
I tell you, he took a lick up there in Richmond now.
We'll talk more about the Red Hounds, of course, as they were in summer camp this year at Richmond, I believe, Eastern Kentucky University. And the coaches come back just absolutely raving how well they did at camp.
Gosh. We are short a man. We're short a man.
That's Miller.
Waste of time out here.
So I believe Miller is the Kenneth Miller. Yes, it is. The 5'9", 212-pound left tackle was late getting onto the field, so the Red Hounds will take a timeout. And while we take this timeout, again, we like to thank all of our sponsors by starting off with the first one.
Central Automotive, Marshall Engines. Thinking about replacing? Don't replace it, repower it. An engine sale is going on now at Central Automotive. For a limited time, save on these popular remanufactured engines. A Chevy 350 1969 to 85 2-bolt main is just $729. 4-bolt just $799. A Ford 302 69 to 86 just $799. A Chrysler 2.2 liter 81 to 92 only $999. Amazing prices, and all these engines come with the outstanding 36 50,000 mile Marshall Engines warranty. Financing is available to qualified buyers for as little as $29 per month. Don't be left on the side of the road. This sale ends soon. Stop by Central Automotive.
Sophomore quarterback now, B.J. Foley, is under center. Matt Williams is his big center. He hands off now to big Stephen Cook. Stephen Cook, the sophomore, is met by a host of the Golden Lions, led in there by, look like first lick by 61 of Garrard County. And the big kid right there on the tackle, 67, Josh Kemp, he's a sophomore tackle, was leading on the play that time, as Cook now will have a loss on the play of about 4 yards. They'll bring up now 3 yards, 2nd and 13.
Well, they were bringing everybody on that formation, which was strong to the short side of the field.
Stephen dots the I, Levi Skeens the fullback. You've got Sizemore to the bottom of your screen. Quick pitch out to Stephen Cook as he has Levi Skeen on the block. He has some room, as it looks like he'll get just past the initial line of scrimmage,
we had a flag,
or the original line of scrimmage, a gain of about 5 to 6 yards, but there is some laundry on the field.
I'm going to say with that flag, it's going to be illegal motion.
As the officials now will talk this over right now, Stephen Cook was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, so a pickup of about 4 yards. So it'd be 3rd down and 9, it looks like, or we'll wait and see what the penalty is here. Motion, you're right, Chandler. Good thing you saw that off the bat. It is
I'm
now.
not sure. We may have had 2 men moving at the same time, because we had a man in motion on the outside.
They declined the penalty. Now, yes, it is. Be 3rd down and 9. As in the wing now will be Sizemore. Foley is back to throw his first pass. Has a wide open John Sizemore.
1st down.
And Sizemore crosses the 45 up to almost midfield line. As that time Sizemore out of the wing position, released late, came across the middle of the field behind the linebackers and in front of the free safety, and was wide open for a Red Hound 1st down. As Foley sat in the pocket, Chandler, and had great time. That young offensive line, gave him plenty. As Bram Hoover now will check in for John Sizemore, giving him a break. Hoover is wears number 83. He is a sophomore wide receiver. He'll line up now to the top of your screen. The bottom is Adam Mills, and Sam Pennington's in the slot. Redhounds now will send Hoover in motion to the bottom of your screen. Quick screen out here to Adam Mills. Mills has a block across the 50 inside to Garrard County 48-yard line. That time he was one block, at least one shoestring away from even a bigger run that time, as Bram Hoover did a good job of coming in motion and picking up the corner. As John Sizemore now will come back in as Foley goes over to the side and gets the play. We will be talking about and introducing these kids along to you as we go along. Of course, in there on that offensive line is Billy Kane, and we'll get the rest of those kids as we come up to you. He wears jersey 78. He's the right tackle. Foley under center now is Matt Williams, and Stephen Cook has a wide open
first down
hole around the left side as he went right over his guard and was able to get enough across the 40 almost to the 39-yard line. Right to the 41-yard line, which will be close to a Redhound first down. If you can go ahead, Chandler, and read us off the Redhounds starters, if you could possibly, of the offensive linemen. Wait just a second. We've already ready to go. It's third down and short, so they was not going to measure.
I think we got Billy Kane and Jeremy Hart.
That's right. Offsides for the Golden Lions, as that time Foley, with the discipline of that young offensive unit, they've been going on the first sound or the quick count. That time they just stretched it out a little bit longer, and Foley was able to draw the defensive tackle offsides, as that young man now will be coming off the field. He wears number 67 for Garrard County, and again, that is Josh Kemp, who had the sack on the big play early in this drive.
Okay, we got Billy Kane and Jeremy Hart on this side, on our side. Matt Williams at center. Probably Hank
Sima,
Sima, and I'm not sure who the tackle is on the other side right this minute.
We'll pick that up in just a second. As Stephen Cook now, as he gets across the line of scrimmage, right up to about the 35, inside the 35, down to, it looks like, about the 34-yard line. On that offensive line again is Jeremy Hart at guard. That is Kenneth Miller, the left tackle. We've said also in there was Randy Cord, number 59, number 78, Billy Kane. So Matt Williams also is in there for the Redhounds. Williams is at center.
He's 16. Miller, I think, is the offensive tackle on the
he is.
Tight end side.
Here's the reverse over here to Sizemore, pulls out of one and not able to pull out the other tackle, or that time was number 51 for Garrard County. As got him just by the back, it's Parsons of Garrard County able to drag him down, and that's a pretty good horse right there, because you start looking at John Sizemore. He wears jersey number 32. He's 6'2", 220 pounds, and once that young man gets going, he's a hard load to break down.
If we'd been able to turn the corner there, Hank had the safety on the ground back here.
That is the left, I believe, guard, Hank Sima, you're talking about, planning the defensive safety, who is almost 12, 15 yards off the ball. That's showing a little speed by Hank Sima. Foley back to pass, now rolling to his left, has a wide open Bram Hoover across the 30 down to about the 28. Will bring up now the first big decision for Coach Steve Jewell and his offensive coordinator Willard Ferris for the 99 season. It will be fourth down and about 3 yards. Let's say a short 3, a long 2, as we see now checking in Sam Pennington, as it is going over to get the play from Jeff Garman. That time was B.J. Foley.
We'll be going on two here, try to draw them offside again.
Watch the long count right here. It's dotting the I now. It's Levi Skeen, it looks like, is in back there. No, it isn't. He's met at the line of scrimmage.
Gosh.
We've got a fumble. And on the fumble recovery that time, carrying the football on the tackle again was B.J. Foley, but the ball was met, or he was hit right as he received the football, and picking up the fumble was Moberly, the strong safety.
Let's go, boys. We got a block up front. We got a fourth down and 3.
That time it looked like Garrard County on the right side sent all hands and the cook literally in there to meet the tailback of the Redhounds. It's now 1st and 10 after the fumble. The Redhounds did not have enough for the first down. So a young defensive unit now for the Redhounds is called upon again.
Come on, defense. Let's go here. All right, here comes the
pitch out here, tailback around.
Lock
Just
up.
right out, and again, coming over to make the sack that time on the stop, was number 76 for the Red Hounds.
Stephen, you got to lock up. We had him in a loss there.
And that's Stephen Johnson right there for the Red Hounds, as Stephen Cook looked like he had him for a loss of about 5 yards, but that time Johnson. They're going into the no huddle now.
Yep.
As
Garrett's trying to get in that no huddle offense.
Stephen now, has a wide out to both sides of the field with a wing back and wing backs to both sides and a lone slot back, wing back in motion right side. A handoff, and carrying the football up to across Red Hound territory was number 20, and that is Ricky Boyd, the tailback, senior tailback, as he's able to cross them into the Red Hound territory to about the 44-yard line.
All right, let's go defense. Let's go defense.
Again, the no huddle, as Garrard County is trying to wear down the Red Hounds early.
Well, not only that, see, we play strong side, we play tendencies, we play formations, and sometimes, it looks like we're late get in position for a particular formation. That's what they're trying to get us on, so catch us out of position.
Stefan's back to throw. He has
screen.
Here's the inside screen. There's a hold right there. And it looked like, and they did not call it, but that time number 55 of the Red Hounds had his jersey practically torn off. That is Tyler Hart, that you could see that from up here at about the 42-yard line. Chandler, did you pick that up?
What was I telling you?
Second down and 4 now, as the Red Hounds now defense needs to bow their necks right here, as the Garrard County Golden Lions are making a statement with this no-huddle offense. Stefan back to throw again. Looks out here to his right across the middle, and a mix-up that time, as it looked like John's, that time, number 59 of the Red Hounds, who is Randy Cord, was going to be the intended receiver, because his running back, number 40, that time, Jack Rose,
it looked like he returned the wrong way.
Yes, he did.
Ball was to the left side. He turned to the right.
That was a read play by Rose, where if he had the man on the outside, he turned in. If he had him on the end, he turned out. Quarterback read that. Rose did not. That was a read play right there. Rose that time misread it. Same formation now, wing back to the right's in motion. Stephen sticks it in, pulls it back out. The option, he has plenty enough for the first down as he crosses close to the Red Hound 30. Yes, right on the 30-yard line. Hart was there. Yes, it was.
That's another first down.
So Garrard County, the Golden Lions are showing something the Red Hounds had not expected, and that is the no-huddle offense, plus throwing the football early here in this first period. There's a little under 10 minutes to go. And here's the quick counter up the middle, and that time carrying the football is also,
come on, boys, get on the ball. Get on the ball. Let's go.
Ricky Boyd. And Boyd now picking up 8 yards as he crossed the right side on that counter play. Stays in that no-huddle offense, and that's Chris Stefan is the quarterback. He resets his tight end, who is now the wide receiver. That's Ryan Shells. He'll be at split end position. They'll be in the wing formation with the single back right behind the quarterback. Quick end around.
There we go.
Stevens back to throw. Has a man wide open and just overthrows him. As that time it looked like Adam Mills, I believe it was. Yes, it was Adam Mills, was step for step with that intended receiver, which was the young man I was talking about, Ryan Sarles, in the wide out wing, or excuse me, the split end position.
We're going to have to make some adjustments here to this quick offense. This early in the season, I don't know how long they can keep that up, Phil.
Well, as hot as it is, too, I know this is the offense knows which way they want to go, and the defense is trying to stay on our guess, but the thing about it is both teams are
30 pop
being worn out. 30 pop is the correct play, and this will bring fourth down now, and a short, looks like 2 yards, as the interior host of the Red Hounds came in to stop the football that time. Again, this whole series, they're staying on the no huddle, which also, it's got to wear out your offensive unit too, Chandler, because when you get to go back to the huddle, you do get to take a blow every once in a while.
Right.
So it's got to be, this is, difficult on both sides, and it's hot right now here at Admiral Stadium in Danville, Kentucky, on this August evening.
Come on, there's a play,
He did not get the first down. He had to get just to the 20-yard line.
It's going to depend on the spot now.
I believe where the officials has their foot is on about the 21-yard line.
I believe they're short.
And I believe they're going to be short of about a half a football.
Good job by the defense.
They're going to measure it. They are going to measure it, I believe. They're coming over here to get the. Yes, they are. They're coming over here to get the chains.
All they're doing is resetting the chains for first down.
Excellent stand again for these young Red Hounds, as now B.J. Foley gets his offensive play from Jeff Garman, who up above us now is Coach Willard Ferris in the press box just behind us. Willard Ferris is the new offensive coordinator for Steve Jewell this year. Of course, everyone knows Willard Ferris and knows him very well as the middle school coach, the freshman coach, the JV coach for years. Now he is his new title and position is offensive coordinator.
Right, let's block somebody now. Let's block somebody. There's
Stephen Cook now coming across to the right side on the counter play, crosses the 25 up to the 27-yard line, as down to make the stop that time for Garrard County initially was number 54, Seth Riley. He's a sophomore defensive end from the defensive end position.
Be a pretty good first down gain, a little over 5 yards on that field.
Time Stephen Cook had that high knee action as he came back on that counter play to the right side. We got Flo to the left, got the backs to move that way. Foley now hands off here to Cook again. Looks like Cook's going to be the workhorse on this drive. He drives up close to the first down as the far official is waving his hand. It looked like he may have enough for the first or just close to it.
Yep.
They may have to measure this one. An automatic first down. He's got it. So the Red Hounds now have mounted a drive on the big running plays of Stephen Cook, the sophomore, yes, ladies and gentlemen, 6'2" and 180 pounds.
Phil, I see Mike Neal check in, give Stephen a breather.
And
Mike's recovering from a little knee injury here in the first part of the season, which has put him behind a little bit.
Well, he was out of all of camp, I believe, Chandler. So this is the first run, really, Mike Neal has been able to run the football. I think he had some work about the last 2 weeks, I believe, Chandler, and then fully this week. So he's like you say, as far as conditioning goes, I'm sure the conditioning purpose of him is going to be lacking some right now.
We're going to need to get some valuable minutes out of, some people breathers, going on both sides of the ball, because
Mike Neal is a junior.
It's going to hurt us down the road here if we're not able to give somebody a breather.
Here's the reverse.
Handoff. Come on,
Sizemore is not going to make it. He's dropped for a loss of about 3 yards that time as they hand it to Neal. Neal handed to Sizemore coming around the right side from the wing position. That time, the misdirection, or they tried to get the linebackers to read that Mike Neal was going to his left side, which is the top of your screen, Chandler. And that time, the defensive end stayed at home and read perfect.
But for most of what I could see on film this week, they had their defensive ends did stay at home. They weren't that aggressive upfield. They just stayed in the neighborhood of their home. And
at the end of your first quarter now, in the 1999 debut of these Red Hounds, it is 0 Corbin, 0 Garrard County.
Union Planters Bank has a variety of banking services available to help you with whatever you need. They can help you with car loans, 30-year mortgage loans, commercial loans, free checking, and the Golden Passport Club for our 55 and older customers. They also have the home equity line of credit available. Stop by Union Planters Bank and talk with them about your banking needs. Your hometown friends helping solve hometown needs. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Well, right now, Chandler, of course, we've had a fumble and then a couple of miscues right now for these young Red Hounds. But really, I'm impressed with the enthusiasm, the nature of this young bunch. And there's one thing that I have noticed here in this first period of play, that they're not going to back down. They're going to hit you, and you have to have that from a young football team. And a lot of folks think of these Red Hounds this year are really young, but the thing about it is they're a talented young football team. He's talking about your sophomores and your freshmen and your juniors, and the thing about it is that when they step on this football field, yes, they may be by the age of a sophomore or junior, yes, they may be going up against seniors, but they are representing the Red Hounds this year. And when you stick that silver and red on your back and shoulders, it doesn't matter what age you are, that pride kind of seems to rise the cream to the crop, I guess you would say.
Right, and Corbin has a tradition of fielding good football teams, and Steve Jewell is trying to get that tradition built back into these kids. And
And you know,
they're a team. They're not individuals. They're a team.
That's exactly right. They are a football team. They are not individuals. And you know, you made a valid point there, Chandler, about Coach Jewell. Is that he's homegrown. He was on a state championship football team here at Corbin. He's one of the finer teachers that we have down there in our system in the high school in the biology and science department. And he's just an all-around guy, a red hound, and you know, having a homegrown guy like that who's been from this program, he wants it back. Foley now rolling here to his right, has a wide open Adam Mills, and it's knocked down at the last moment as the defensive back that time, number 28. The ball was underthrown. Mills, when I say was wide open, you all, folks, you may be looking at the screen thinking, how wide open? Well, he didn't look like he was that wide open, as step for step with him was Marshall Cool, but what it was that Adam Mills had gotten behind Cool, and all Foley had to do was really lay it up for him. That'll bring up the first punting situation now for these Red Hounds here in this 99 season, which will be 4th down and 12. The ball resting on the 30-yard line.
Okay, let's get a good snap here. Good punt.
It is now punting for these Red Hounds. Scott Cook, he gets the punt away off to the side, and I don't know if they got a hand on it or not, Chandler.
They're using the sideline as a help. So we're only going to net about, looks like about 15 yards on that field.
Okay, so it is Scott Cook, one of the other seniors, a 6 foot, 175-pound wide receiver when he's not punting the football, kicking the ball that time. Of course, we'll talk more about these seniors. They're Scott Cook, Jeremy Hart, Stephen Johnson, and Sam Pennington are the only 4 seniors on this Red Hound 99 squad. Again, now lined up behind center is Chris Stefan is a quarterback. Wears jersey number 2, a senior, about 6'1", 185. Fumble on the play, and it looks like the Red Hounds may have the ball. As that time,
I believe we got that.
Never got a clean snap, and yes, the Red Hounds are celebrating.
We're signaling.
And coming up, number 59 of the Red Hounds, Randy Cord. As Randy Cord is a junior middle linebacker, 5'10", 192 pounds. One thing, too, Chandler, I want to mention to our TV audience is this. Coach Jewell knew coming into this 99 season that he was going to be young. These kids knew that also, too. So what they did all winter long was nothing but live in the weight room. These kids, yes, are sophomores and juniors, but these kids, size-wise, are strong sophomores and juniors. And full house back here now. Foley back to throw. He has a wide open. Oh, Pennington was wide open at the 46.
No, that's Neal.
Excuse me. That's right. That's Mike Neal, number 40. Sam Pennington is number 41. That was Mike Neal, just not able to come up with the football.
That time we were double tight end and wishbone backfield.
You know what that formation looked like, don't you? That's that 8th grade formation. Yeah. That's Coach Willard Ferris's offense right there. It's his bread and butter, that wishbone full house backfield, double tight end. And then he'll release that back out of it. And he was like, again, wide open was Mike Neal. Williams now will be center. Foley is the quarterback. Foley looks over this defense.
Four wideouts.
His wideouts.
Sizemore the fullback.
Got wideouts and split backs. Sizemore the long back. Foley will throw the ball. Almost interception. Is that time Adam Mills was the intended receiver. Coming up making the defensive stop was Ryan Sarlis. Bring up now 3rd down and 10 for these Red Hounds. It looked like Foley at the last moment we might have even tucked the football and run at that time. It looked like he may have had about 5 or 6 yards, but with that knee injury that he is still recuperating from, I don't think Coach Ferris wants him running the ball too much.
You're probably right, Phil.
It's double wideouts now with the slot down to the bottom of your screen. That slot is Adam Mills. Lone back is John Sizemore. He's the eye back. Now Foley is rolling to his right, looks to his left. We've got a flag, and where that is thrown at, we may be having holding.
That's usually 100% of the time. Yep.
They'll decline this penalty. I'm sure it'll bring up 4th and 10 or give it to, or they either got a 4th and 10 or a 3rd and 20. I believe they'll take the down and make it 4th and 10.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes, they are. We'll bring that 4th down and 10 now. They'll call on again Scott Cook, the senior, 6 foot, 175-pounder, to come in and boot the football away.
Okay, boys, let's get out here and let's do the job now.
Brian Mauberly, the senior split end and strong safety on defense, number 1, will be back deep, standing on about his own 27-yard line. Punting the football from his 28 will be Cook. Cook gets it away, a high end over end. Mauberly will have it, pushes himself back to the 20, the 25, and there's where the Red Hounds on about the 27-yard line will take over, or will give the ball up to the Garrard County Golden Lions.
Good coverage, good coverage. Michael Feltz, a freshman, number 60 in on that. Also 55, Tyler Hart. Bram got pushed a little far behind the receiver, but he recovered and also in on the tackle that time. 3 and out, Phil. We're going to do better than that on the next drive here.
Red Hounds now have on that defensive line, I see number 46, that is Levi Skeen, all 5'7", 190 pounds of him at defensive tackle. He takes on the block and does a good job of keeping the hold. That time I was watching Levi Skeen, he took on his blocker and really did a great job of standing him up and allowing pursuit to come when coming in for the Red Hounds.
All right, defense, get ready now.
Here goes the no-huddle offense. That one defensive end right now is number 50 of the Red Hounds, and that is, of course, Hank Aaron Simon. It again is Stefan at quarterback. He looks over the...
I watch him pull it this time.
Red Hounds. Stefan will back to throw. Throws it out here to the flat, and just out of the hands was Brian Moberly. Reading that time was Adam Mills and Jason Steely. Also, Bram Hoover was over there. And again, also number 59 of the Red Hounds was Randy Cord. And you know there's something about Randy Cord. He's a junior, 5'10", 192 pounds. They've got him out listed as outside line or middle linebacker. But Randy Cord's an athlete.
He is.
He moves
He'll put
well.
a hat on you, too.
He moves well to the football. Linebackers
now,
are Cord and Sizemore.
Okay, you see how they're sitting back now?
Mm-hmm.
This was going to be a pass. Okay, so we're going to have a timeout right here. Davis Salvage, one of Southeast Kentucky's largest auto parts recyclers. Looking for a part for your late model car or truck, foreign or domestic? Check with Davis Salvage first. They have a nationwide computerized locating service to help you find the parts you need at a fraction of the cost. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. just 4 miles south of Corbin on the Falls Highway. Go visit Davis Salvage and Big Harold Davis. MasterCard and Visa accepted.
Chandler, there's one thing about Coach Steve Jewell. He may be the head coach, but he still really never relinquished his defensive coordinator position. He's right out in the middle of the field right now with that young defensive unit of the Red Hounds, and you can see him slapping his hands and pumping those young Red Hounds up. That's because defense is his specialty.
That's right.
And you know, he wanted to be head coach, but he really didn't want to relinquish that part of it, the defensive coordinator's shop position.
Well, we've got, you know, with a young team, you got to master the intensity level.
Yes, you do.
Older kids will seem to have it and keep it. Younger kids, you know, it comes and goes at time, and you really have to get after them to keep the intensity.
Stefan now is your quarterback. He has the double
wing. That's
double
right.
wing with a wide out to the top of your screen. That is Brian Moberly. Garrard County now with the ball, and
here's the,
yes,
there he goes.
Keeps the football. Suckered inside was our corner, and it is Hoover going to have to knock him out of bounds. But our defensive corner on the far side, which happens to be John Davis, was sucked inside very bad, and that is one of the first things that you teach your corners and your defensive ends. You got to keep that outside arm free, and you do on contain. Don't let anybody outside of you.
Stefan he's a good quarterback. He likes to pull it and run that option.
And he read that very well.
He sure did. I saw that many times on tape. Now they're going to pull it and pitch it here.
He keeps the football, and he's not going anywhere. As met by a host of Red Hounds that time. And I want you to count real quick. There's 11 football players in white and silver helmets and white jerseys on the football that time.
Right.
And that's one thing that I do know that Coach Steve Jewell and the whole coaching staff what teaches is 11 on the ball.
Your inside linebacker had the quarterback, so the rover back, Steve Cook, he went to the outside to get the pitch man. That inside linebacker got that quarterback. You got to make the play. You got to make him pitch it. And then if he pitches, go ahead and hit him.
Hit him. Gain of only 2 that time as Stefan now under center has his man in motion. Gives it off to the first back though, and he will be tackled on about the 40, looks like 7-yard line, as carrying the ball, struggling that time, was number 40, Jack Rose.
Here we got a 4th down and 5 right here. 4th and 5, Phil. 4th and 4.
Levi Skeen in on the football that time, on the stop.
It's
3rd down and 4 now.
Garrard County coaches are calling all their plays from the sideline by one of the coaches giving signals. So you know that they, they're older kids. They can pick up on that. Oh, doggone it.
Skeen on the tackle that time, and again carrying the ball, number 20, Ricky Boyd.
Come on, defense. Let's make a play here.
At the 40.
I tell you, Phil, we have given them field position right and left and been able to hold them out of the end zone so far.
But how long are you able to do that?
I know it. We need to get some points on the board.
Need another break right here. The Red Hounds do. Bow their neck and hold them in 4 or get a fumble or an interception. Sets his line now. Stephen does under center. He's back to pass. Looks downfield. Has a man. Oh, there was your interception. If Adam Mills had just had another step and a half, he could have read the football. As in the flat over here was number 40, Jack Rose, from his tight end position.
He overthrew him too, didn't he?
Yes, he overthrew him bad because he was wide open. And Mills was coming up on the close, but as he overthrew
Aaron
it.
Sams checks in, gives Sizemore a quick breather at one of the inside linebacking positions. Now we're going from the shotgun. 2 wideouts, Phil.
Well, this is a sure passing down situation, and it is. And, oh, good night, Adam Mills. You read the football perfect that time. Jumped to grab the football. If he could have got
that was 6
both
points.
hands, yes, it was 6 points because there was not a maroon jersey anywhere in front of him.
Good break on the ball that time.
Excellent break because when he threw the football, Mills was 8 yards behind the intended receiver and broke perfectly on the football.
Got to have a big play right here. 3rd down, 10, Phil.
Stephen now looks over the defensive unit of these white-clad Red Hounds. Garrard County dressed in maroon. He drops 4, 5, 6.
Here it is in the middle again.
Middle screen. And staying there and reading it great that time was Jason Steely and Sams. Both stayed at home, read the football, only able to pick up about 4 yards on the carry that time. It'll bring up now 4th down and about 5 yards for a first. And it was Steely and Sams staying at home and reading pretty good on that.
We've got to have good read on that field. You got to close on it quicker. We got to close on that quicker.
4th and 5 now. Again, a 4th down situation for Garrard County. Steffens back to throw. 3, 4, 5 steps, and he has some pressure now.
Hands up.
And he may have the first down on the second lunge right there. Yes, he does.
Wait a minute. Okay, they're gonna check it. I can't.
Well, from our vantage point right here, it looked like he got past the 30-yard line, and that would have been a sure first down. But they've marked the football on this side of the 30-yard line, so I don't know, Chandler, if he has enough for the first down or not, because the Red Hounds offensive unit started to run onto the field, and they stopped him and said, oh, let's wait a minute. Let's measure this thing. You've got the binoculars out from your vantage point right there. Can you see how far or how close? And, yes, the Red Hounds have stopped them.
Oh, right.
Excellent defense. And I would have to say a pretty good spot.
But that's got to,
because the football landed on the other side toward the Red Hounds goal line of the 30, but it's where the knee goes down first, and I guess the official felt that the knee hit back on about the 29.5-yard line.
Folks, people tell you football's not a game of inches, don't believe them.
Yeah, absolutely. I know a state championship the Red Hounds lost at Eastern Kentucky University by an inch.
Come on, let's go offense. Let's get on track here.
Full house backfield. Actually, it's the wishbone backfield. Double tight end. It's Foley now looks over behind. It'd be King, Cook, and Sizemore.
A little counter action here.
Foley no Looks like he may have a little mix-up. No, he's checking off at the line of scrimmage.
They got 8 men in the box. They got 8 men in the box.
Hands it off to Cook. Cook is going to get over the right side of about 2 yards. No, excuse me, that is Sizemore on the carry.
See, I feel they got 8 men in the box up there.
Yes.
Garrett County does. 5 down linemen. They have 3 linebackers. If we break a step, we're going to get a big gainer.
Well, I tell you right now, if they keep that 8-man in there and we keep doing this, we're going to slip somebody out of the backfield, or that tight end is going to release. And if he does, it's Katie bar the door. The Red Hounds should have 6. Hoover in motion.
Look.
Foley back to throw the football, and it's almost intercepted as his intended receiver was Hoover, and it looks like it might have had a mix-up or that time or a misread as David Williams, the linebacker, number 3 of Garrard County, had broke on the football pretty good as Foley, right as he released it, was nailed on about his own 20-yard line. He gets now it's 3rd down and 8 as Foley comes over and gets his play from Jeff Garman, who is receiving the plays from Willard Ferris up above us here on the press box. As Stephen Cook now he'll check in.
Okay, we got 4 wides, 3 wides. Block them. Got a block. Ooh! Knocked down at the line of scrimmage by the defense because we were going back across the field to look like he was intended for number 22, Stephen Cook. So here we are, 3 and out again, Phil. Offense is just not clicking in the first half.
Yeah, they'll make those adjustments right now.
Offense is
can you see the clock from here?
6:56 looks like to me, Phil.
Okay, 6 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the first half of play here in the Constitution Bowl in Danville, Kentucky at Admiral Stadium. Cook now back to punt the football. He gets a low line driver away. It's end over end. Will go out of bounds on about the 32, 33-yard line of Garrard County, and that's where the Golden Lions will take over with about 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the second period. And I know what you started to say, Chandler. The offense early in the season is about the last to click.
Well, timing is everything on the offensive side of the football, and it just takes a little longer to get that than it does the defensive side.
We do have a new quarterback in the game now. Number 5 is Chuck Neff. He's the junior quarterback now. He's under center, as I don't know if anything's happened to Stephen or not, but Neff now, the junior quarterback.
Well, I see him right down here next to his coach.
Okay, Neff is the new quarterback into the game. He has that double wing. No, it looks like a split backfield now with a wing
2 guards
wide.
pulling.
Hey, mix up that time is reading it that
I believe 5 took it the wrong way.
Yes, he did.
See, both guards pulled coming toward us.
Yes, they did. And Jeremy Hart said, uh-oh, here we go. And Neff, the junior, turned right into Jeremy Hart's path. That's a loss of about 5 yards on the play, so it didn't take long as Stephen will come back.
Maybe they were giving him a breather. I don't know. It's 2nd and 15, looks like now, Phil.
As Coach Gabs Neff off to the side here and says, young man, the misread that time will get you killed.
That's same play.
And that time the Red Hounds knew that same play as is Scott Cook.
Stephen Cook, Randy Cord, and look like maybe Aaron Sima.
Checking in now for the Golden Lions is 38, sophomore halfback Rich Eddington. He'll line up in that wing position right behind Stephen. Is number 15 Crutchfield and number 40 Rose.
Double handoff.
Reverse and stop.
Oh, nice play.
And staying home. Perfect reading.
Nice play by the defense.
The Red Hounds defensive unit held their own that time as they have stopped the Golden Eagles deep in their own territory now, forced them to punt the football away on 4th down, it looks like, at about 14 yards.
Now, their quarterback is also their punter, and that's always a dangerous thing. You know that.
Well, I believe they have changed that on you.
Changed him? Okay.
Yes, they have. They're sending John Craddock, senior kicker, in now to kick the football away. Oh,
good try.
End over end high ball bounces on about the Red Hound 45, 46. They're going to mark it on about the 46, so good field position now for the Red Hounds.
So it's our 5th possession, Phil, of the half. And the last 2, we have gone 3 and out.
But this is, you know, as far as a shot and arm goes for a young football team, defensively wise, defense also can build a little momentum up for you and hand it over again to the soft offensive unit of the Red Hounds. And, you know, and really looking out there, a lot of the kids on the defense are also on that offensive unit, Chandler. So
there's some that don't come off the field.
That's right. They go both ways.
So while they change footballs here,
all righty,
we'll have an extra breather. And
I can tell you one thing, the fittest team who ever had more shape in the summer and these 100-degree days will outlast here as that's carrying the ball.
Good job, Neal.
Mike Neal.
Kept after it. He was caught behind the line of scrimmage, bounced off and made a gain of about 2.
Well, Mike Neal, they've got him listed at 5'9". And 200 pounds. So, you know, he runs low to the ground and all that, and on that 5'9" frame at 200 pounds, he also has the speed to go along with that. So if he can break that initial line of scrimmage, it's off to the racehorses.
Right.
As a wide out here at the bottom of your screen is Mills. The slot back is Stephen Cook. Ball he rolls up here, and he's going to be sacked on about the 40-yard line. As that time coming up, the gap, I don't know whether we missed the block or what it was, but it looked like the Garrard County defensive linebacker on this outside here had a free rein and a free run on B.J. Foley that time.
Sure did.
Sock sacks him for a big loss. They'll bring up now 3rd and about 20. Let's say 3rd and 18.
I need to get us a good gainer here. Okay, 4 wides this time, Phil.
Pennington in the slot.
Now they're going with a 3-man rush. Garrett's dropped off. Now they got a middle screen. Oh, there's 3 was coming. You could see it. Linebacker shot the gap. So, Phil, we get the ball on our 46-yard line. Now it's 4th down on our 36-yard line.
And Williams making a stop for.
So they'll bring up now 4th down, and right at 20 yards, it will be Scott Cook going back to punt the football again, standing on about his own 22-yard line. Back deep is Moberly, number 1 on his 31. High end over end. The ball will hit. Good roll. Moberly is not going to touch the football. They wanted him to, but he hit the ball to go dead on about the 24. So good punt again by Scott Cook. Pushes Garrard County back even deeper on this possession of start for the Golden Lions.
We need our defense to pick up here and stop them on 3 downs. So we can try to get the ball back here. We got 2:43 left in the second quarter here at Danville, Kentucky, in the first game of the Constitution Bowl here in 1999.
Stephan now under center, has quick pitch back to the tailback and tripped up. Good job that time by Levi Skeen. That's carrying the ball was number 45. It looked like a...
Somebody didn't holler crack back.
That's right.
We got it cracked.
40 Ellis was the ball, or excuse me, Rose was the ball carrier. Lined up in that backfield now. Stevens in the shotgun position, has to the right, left of him, Ricky Boyd. Back to throw, here comes the screen again, and open. Just could not hang on to the football. Open that time, though, was number 1, Brian Moberly. The senior split in on about the 36-yard line. He was open, just could not hang on to the football. It was a slip screen again. It looked like it's going to be a slip screen, and Moberly looked like up behind him.
He throws a good ball, but it's just not real accurate yet.
Nice movement. Looked to me like it.
Get out there. Get out there. Hold on to him. Gosh.
It looked like
Wrap up.
Looked like Stephen Cook was going to have him before the first down, but Moberly does get past that line of scrimmage. Yard marker looked like, and yes, we'll have enough for the first down up to about the 36-yard line. Garrard County again mounts a drive here on the Red Hounds deep into Garrard County territory.
Here we go. Pride and tradition right here. Let's go, Red Hounds.
Stephen stays in the shotgun position. Has to his right Ricky Boyd. Has double wides, double slots, and we've got whistles blowing everywhere. What do we have?
Randy Cord was looked like he was holding his head.
Okay, Cord.
I think the official stopped it.
Cord will be out, and Sams will come in. They'll flip those linebackers. Steely will go to the top of your screen, outside linebacker to the right. It'll be Stephen Cook, outside linebacker to the left. And you got Sams and Sizemore as the middle linebackers.
We're overloaded, boys. Oh, motion. Here we go.
As moving that time in motion was Crutchfield. And then the left tackle to the top of your screen.
Well,
also
about three of them in motion.
Also decided number 56. He was going to move also.
That's a dead ball infraction. They'll mark it back to be 1st and 15, Phil.
A big break that time for the Red Hounds.
It looked like they were sending everybody out for a pass, didn't they?
Yes, they did. It almost looked like arena football, where you got those two guys, you had that one guy taking on a dead run. It brings up now 1st down and 15 for the Golden Lions. Again in motion is number 15, Crutchfield, to the bottom of your screen. Here goes the screen. Reading perfect, great that time, all the way. Stephen Cook, and they flipped, sent him out of the flat that time. Was Jack Rose from the end position. He kind of slipped the man as he went in motion, and Stephen Cook was not going to bite on that whatsoever.
A gain of about, well, they wasn't much gain at all, was there? Still
No.
2nd and 15.
Be 2nd down 15 as Stephen will stay in that shotgun position. He'll have again Boyd to his left, double wide, double wing.
They're sitting back, so it's
back to throw the ball, and it's no.
Oh, it hit the ground, hit the ground. He ruled it hit the ground. I didn't see it hit the ground, but he said it did.
I'm glad it did, because I was going to fuss as Adams Mills looked like he's going to try to get it. And it looked like Bram Hoover had the football, and then it popped up again. It looked like the receiver, but then he said, no, it hit the ground. I was going to, that's good, because we almost had an interception on the second tip. So, yeah, we'll take that. It'll bring up now 3rd and 15.
Come on, Hounds, let's go. Now he's back under center this time. Watch for a little
passing down again.
Little run here. There's that middle screen again.
Fumble.
They dropped that one. Now that's where, Phil, that's where you got to hit that guy and make him remember, oh, God, I get hit so hard that last time.
Well, as you come off the line of scrimmage, there in that neutral zone right there, you can put a lick on him before the ball's thrown anyway.
And it's a screen pass because the linemen are going across the line of scrimmage.
Right.
And it can't be a forward pass unless the ball does cross the line of scrimmage. So, yeah, he's legal.
He's legal to be popped right there behind. Going back deep is Bram Hoover, it looks like, standing on his 35. Here's the punt, high,
we're close
wobbling,
to getting that
and
thing
Hoover
again,
will run away. Good idea, as the ball will bounce out of bounds on about the Red Hound 25-yard line.
45 seconds left.
Clock stops at 45 seconds. The Red Hounds will have it for the last possession here of the second quarter.
And got a flag. Wait a minute. I'm seeing a flag.
There is a flag, and like in any sport, Chandler,
unsportsmanlike on
against Garrard County.
Now, question becomes, now if this was a live ball foul, if this is live ball, you're going to penalize from the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
If it's live ball, I mean, if it's dead ball, then they're going to mark it from the end of the
end of the punt.
Ran dead.
We've got a 15-yard penalty coming from either for somewhere.
So must have been dead ball.
From the point of infraction. Actually, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, 15 from the line, yeah.
From where the punt rolled dead.
Yes, rolled dead. So, big 15-yard penalty there. The ball went out on about the 25. Now they'll have it on just across the 41-yard line, where the Red Hounds will take over with 45.
There haven't been very many penalties here.
No, there hasn't. Early in the season with a young football team, you'd think, you'd have a little more. The anxiety builds, but Red Hounds have kept composure.
Well, let's block. They're going to here. They're sending them again. They're sending them again.
Intended receiver was Hoover, unable to come up with the ball, as it looked like Foley led him pretty good that time, just unable to come down, as a good defensive position that time by the defensive free safety.
Well, it looks like Garrard is trying to shoot a linebacker on every down here, hoping to get a quick hit in the backfield, drop you for a loss.
0-0, 33 seconds to go here in the second period.
It's really only been a couple of times that we've made 2 first downs on our first possession, and on our second possession made two first downs.
Foley in the shotgun, passing down, snaps low, looks back downfield, wings it, and Mills has it.
Came back and got it.
Come back and got it on the 35 of Garrard County. The clock is stopped.
30 seconds. Looks like, Phil.
It kind of looked like Foley kind of shock put the ball for that time. It's sweaty down there, and his hands were sweaty, and it looked like he really slipped. The ball slipped, but Adam Mills was able to come back. It did talk about a big momentum. If the Red Hounds can get the ball right here into the end zone or put points on the board, they get the kickoff, start the third quarter.
Yep.
Big Mo could be on their side quick. Foley looks over. Shotgun.
Got a block.
Hangs one out here again to...
Oh, gosh.
That
Hang
time
on to the football.
In and out of the hands of number 83, Hoover. Hoover that time looked like he had both hands on the ball, Chandler, and the defensive man come through him to knock it down at the last moment.
Yeah. So 23 seconds left. Clock is stopped on the incomplete pass. Second down, 10 for the Hounds. Oh, had movement. Now, I don't know if they... no, they called it on us. That's the first... let's see. Is that second procedure penalty?
Second. Yes, it is. It'll be now second down and 15. Red Hounds need to get just this side of the 25-yard line for a first down.
22 seconds left.
Ball resting on the 40 of Garrard County. Shotgun is Foley, rolling here to his left. Looks downfield, hangs it out here. Has a man, Adam Mills, and none able to come up with the ball on about the 5-yard line, and he was open. Yeah, he just could catch the football. As that time, Mills had his man beat to the inside.
Yes, he did. Those kind of passes got to lay out for.
16 seconds to go here in the second period of play. Now, we had said earlier that the Red Hounds do get the kickoff to start the third period of play. So something positive they need to generate here in the next 16 seconds so they can build upon it in the locker room at halftime. Here comes the screen, opposite side. Here's Stephen Cook. He's got the blocks out there. Cook is at the 30, the 25. He could
Turn it on!
Down Red Hounds. Stephen Cook that time slipped, screened on the backside. Foley felt the pursuit coming against him and looked on the opposite side to Stephen Cook.
Finally, we get a break, Phil.
Randy Cord and the receivers on the right side, the top of your screen, had slipped out and had a perfect wall for Stephen Cook. I said at 4 seconds to go in this second period of play, if the Red Hounds in 16 seconds, Chandler, could put something together to get the momentum going in at halftime, and that's a great momentum builder right there. And a beautiful play call that time by Willard Fairs, because he had us all faked out
we were in 2-minute offense. That's what we were in. We're in 2-minute offense.
And not only did he have Garrard County faked out, but he also had us faked out too, because I was seeing the whole flow come to the bottom of your screen to the left side. Stephen Cook all of a sudden just slips out to the top of our screen. Randy Cord and two of the wide receivers are the wall on that screen over there, and he did a perfect job then on about 15 yards from the goal line of just finding and picking the seam himself. You young players out there, I want you to notice something that on this replay is that if you could have watched Stephen Cook run that time from about the 18-yard line in, his knees was almost hitting him in the chin as he had those legs high, and he was churning those knees hard to keep that.
That's what you call wanting of goal line.
Well, wanting of goal line, and also good fundamentals because it's hard to tackle there.
Right.
The Red Hounds will go for 2 as Foley now gets the play from Willard Ferris delivered to him from Steve Jewell.
Pigs right.
Pigs right. Lined up is Mike Neal. Foley under center.
He's trying to get his lineman to move down. Okay, we didn't get what we wanted there. We didn't get what we wanted.
I saw
That's
that.
Good timeout. We had a third one left here. So wanted to see how they would react to that Pigs formation, which is 2 backs right behind a tackle.
Right, and the end.
Okay, and Corbin lines up in the old swinging gate formation. So, trivia question for next week, Phil, is who's eligible on this formation?
Center.
Who is eligible?
Center.
Center is eligible. 10 is eligible. 2, 12,
and
22.
22.
And who's on the outside over there?
I can't tell from here.
Looks like a lineman, so he
Yeah.
would not be.
No, because number-wise. Okay, now we've got timeout again. Garrard County will call timeout. They saw this and said, whoa, wait a minute.
You're right. Let's do a spot here. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company of Corbin, a major contributor to the lives and well-being of our children and community for over 59 years, giving you Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up products for the entire family to enjoy. Thank you, Pepsi-Cola Bottling of Corbin.
4 seconds. 12 seconds ago at the 16-second mark, I said, Red Hounds need to do something here. Get a little more going into third quarter. Stephen Cook all of a sudden takes the football, dashes in for a touchdown, and the momentum right now is on the Red Hounds side. We've got something. I don't have a clue.
BJ, you got to beat it. You got to beat him.
He's going to try to make it.
Get in there.
They said no, he did not get in.
He tried to reach it across. Right off the bat here, at their first touchdown of the year, Steve Jewell, or Willard Ferris, calls a play from the old swinging gate formation. With eligible receivers on the left-hand side, he snapped it to Foley, who tried to run it around the end. It got caught right at the goal line. He tried to reach the ball across the goal line.
They're saying as he, from my vantage point, it looked like the ball hit the goal pylon or the orange pylon before he went out of bounds, and that is a touchdown. But they're saying, no, he was out of bounds before the ball hit the orange pylon. So from our vantage point, who knows? They're down there closer than we are. So with 4 seconds to go, the Red Hounds here in the second period of play have gone on top of the Golden Eagles of Garrard County, 6-0. The Big Mo right now is on the Red Hounds side as they go into the locker room at halftime. I see Coach Ferris is making his way down to the field, heading to the locker room. He's got that notebook with him. He's able to read defenses just as good or probably better than many people I know.
I'll say this, Phil, you will not need a paint scraper in that.
No, you won't need a paint scraper. But I'll tell you this right now, though. You've heard the old paint peeling stories or revival stories or something in the locker room. But you know what? They're not doing that to belittle the kids. They're not doing that to think they're stupid or anything like that. It's just to get their attention. Here's the onside kick, and it bounces up, and the ball is loose. It's a live ball. Garrard County takes it, and that should run
That
out.
took 2 seconds?
2 seconds,
Ooh.
Okay.
Well,
all righty.
I smell a Hail Mary. How about you?
Oh, well, Hail Mary or a kneel. As let's see who is coming on. Stephen will be back on. Yes, he is, the senior quarterback. Well, I can tell you this right now. The Red Hounds will be in prevent defense as they're going to back off their free safety, strong safety, and corners. They're going to be off the ball about 20 yards. So Hail Mary or whatever it is, they're in prevent.
Yeah.
Looks more like our punt.
I don't really look for Garrard to do anything.
Yes. So, at halftime in 1999, the unveiling of the Red Hounds in the Constitution Bowl here in Danville, Kentucky. The Red Hounds are 6. It's the Golden Lions of Garrard County, nothing. We'll be back for more Red Hound action to start the second half in just a few moments. Back here at Admiral Stadium in Danville, Kentucky, it's the first game of the 1999 season for head coach Steve Jewell as he makes his debut as the new head coach of these Corbin Red Hounds. In the first half, it's the Red Hounds 6, Garrard County 0. And Chandler, your assessment of the play of these young hounds here in this first half of the 99 season?
Well, first of all, on offense, Phil, we're clicking on about maybe 5 out of 8 cylinders at one time. There were several, a few plays that we clicked all late on. We had some passes dropped that, maybe should have been caught. And timing was off just a little bit on our passing plays, but on our running plays, we're getting a lot of penetration out of their defense, and that's hurt us. One time we had a fumble up there in the first quarter. We got hit at the mesh point of the handoff, and you can't run your offense like that. Your line has got to block.
You got to have that initial surge, that good first step off the line of scrimmage. Get yourself into that defensive man's gut and drive him either left, right, or straight ahead, or pancake him, put him on his backside, give you at least a chance of that 1 or 2 yard spurt. Defensively, I thought we looked pretty good, Chandler. We sputtered a few times, but we did not break. Garrard County had a number of times great, really excellent field position, and then the Red Hounds really defensively stepped it up. As I recall you saying, the intensity level of these young Red Hounds grew, and you could see that on the field. We're here to right just in a few minutes to start the second half, but we'd like to remind you of something. If you are season ticket holders and have not picked up your season tickets, please do so as soon as possible. If you are not going to purchase your tickets, please call Coach Gerald Foley, the athletic director, and let him know so the tickets can be made available. If you're not a season ticket holder and you would like to purchase season tickets, please call Coach Gerald Foley, the athletic director, or come by his office there at Corbin High School. Also, we want to remind you that next week, Friday evening, is the Pigskin Classic, and the reserve tickets and general admission tickets for the Cumberland Falls Pigskin Classic are available at the high school. And next Friday, I believe at 9 o'clock-ish, is I believe around the kickoff time, thereabouts, it will be again these same Red Hounds as they'll be taking on another contender from the northern part of the state of Kentucky. We have played the Bellevues in season a couple seasons ago. Well, we got Connor visiting these Red Hounds next week.
Right, that's a 3H school too.
Yes, it is, as Connor will be coming in. Of course, we want everybody to get out to next week's Pigskin Classic, because that first game, it's going to be a honey. We've got the Fern Creek out of Louisville, Kentucky, coming down to take on the Henry Clay Blue Devils. And I believe
Henry Clay had a big game last night.
Last night, Henry Clay pounded their city rival, Takes Creek. The Commodores pummeled them, I guess you would say, really. We'll have them in the first game of the Pigskin Classic next week. Here's the kickoff high end over here to start the second half, and it will be Hoover taking it off at the 5 to 10 to 15, 20, 30, 35. He's 40. He's got run up to the 45, 46-yard line as Bram Hoover took it around the right side, fell into the wall, and took it of about 40-yard return, and a positive input automatically on special teams that they have given these Red Hounds to start their offensive unit, 1st and 10, third quarter on their own 45-yard line.
Well, we had field position like this, I think, once in the first half, Phil, and we didn't do anything with it. Now, we'll see what kind of adjustments that Coach Jewell and his staff have made here at halftime as the Hounds come out in the power I formation.
Power eye right, and it's to Cook, and Cook tripped up right at the line of scrimmage and will just make it to that line of scrimmage. As he's to the right side at that time, is coming up limping that time off the bottom of the pile. Looks like number 65 for the Red Hounds, and that is Jeremy Hart, the junior, 5'9", 205, also defensive end on defense. So he's a young man you do not want to lose. Again, one of these Red Hounds that plays quick pitch out here to Stephen Cook to the right, falls in behind, and if he could have just made the last cut there at the last moment on the 45-yard line, he had about 10 yards of green grass ahead of him, able to pick up about 1 yard, let's say, yes, 2 yards. It'll be now 3rd down and 8.
Well, Phil, we're not getting a block on the backer there. Number 51. I believe he's the one that made the play out here.
It was 51 is that linebacker.
And we got to get a seal block on him. And
Parsons is a senior. It's now Scott Cook to the bottom of your screen. Hoover, and it looks like Mills to the top. No, that is Mike Neal. And Foley is going to be sacked on about the 35-yard line.
You got to block him, guys.
Yeah, bring up now 4th down, as again the Red Hounds had it 1st and 10 on their own 45, and instead of going north, they went south. As Foley is sacked on his own 36-yard line. And so Scott Cook will come in now to do the punting chores again. Not a bad job in that first half, Cook kicking the football.
Except for the first one there. Let's hope he gets this one off in time here.
All right, critical dad. The analysis of the right foot. High end over end. The ball will be taken upfield on about the 32-yard line. 33, and that right there is Moberly. Moberly's across the 40 and stopped right there late. Looks like Sam's on the stop that time, as Moberly able to get up to about the 41-yard line. And that's where the Golden Eagles will take over 1st and 10 on their first possession here of the 3rd period of play. On their side of the goal, on their side of the 50, on about the 41.
Hill with 3 and out that time. First possession, 2nd half, after getting a good return to the Corbin 45-yard line. We go in the minus direction.
Something that we haven't really talked that much about is the heat factor. We talked about, how hot it was at the start of the game, but here in the 2nd half, as the sun begins to set to our immediate right here of the press box, it seems to be cooling up a little bit. Met at the line,
nice play,
perfect that time, as carrying the ball for Garrard County was number 20, Ricky Boyd.
Skeen, number 46.
From his defensive tackle spot, stayed at home and did a good job raiding.
Sure did. Now here's where they're going. They got the wingman to the wide side of the field. He comes in motion back to the near side. Motion going away from the formation. Hey, watch it, guys. This quarterback's going to pull it and run it here in a minute.
Stepping back to throw, looks here to his right, has a man. I believe that happens to be Moberly.
Come on, guys. You got to close on it faster than that.
Moberly from his split end position gets the ball. It'll be now 3rd down and a short 1, as now Garrard County goes the first 2 plays of this series huddle. Now they're back in that no huddle offense.
3rd and 1.
Steffen's back, calling the play at the line of scrimmage. He has that double wing, single back wing in motion now. Hands it off.
Ooh,
no,
nice
he's not
play.
going
That's
anywhere.
no gainer on that.
Staying at home and maybe possibly for a loss. Sizemore and Skeen.
And also
Stephen Cook.
Stephen Johnson, wasn't it?
22.
22, yes. Stephen Johnson was in there. He got up off that pile, too. So here a 3rd and short turns into a 4th and 1 for Garrard County, and they come into punt formation. Getting the end zone ball.
That time, Bram Hoover from about as deep within his own territory, about the 5, able to get up to about the 11-yard line. What was being hollered at really was Garrard County had a man to the bottom of your screen with no one at all on him until Steele saw it and come racing across the field to cover him. And if they could have got the snap of the ball off, he was wide open for here on the near side.
But this boy punting is not a quarterback now.
That's right.
Now, I'm not sure. I can't remember right this minute who their up back is. I don't know if he can throw it or not.
Second
down
series.
Inside our own 10-yard line.
Yes, we are. Second series now. Foley has the ball right at the 11-yard line. Hands it out straight up the middle, trying to get a little running room.
Smash mouth football right there, folks. Up the gut. Pretty good gainer through good 3 yards,
good
4
3
yards.
Just say 4 and bring up second down and 6 now. Stephen Cook that time. The big sophomore, just a little bit about him, 6'2" and 180 pounds, 6'2". He's still got quite a bit of frame there. He can put muscle up before his senior year, although he's no little fella now. Foley now hands it back off on a counter or a misdirection. And it looks like it was Neal carrying the ball that time. We have to wait and see who comes off the bottom. Well, no. Was that Cook?
I believe it was.
I believe it was. Okay. Thought it was. That's Neal coming in now. So my bad. It is Stephen Cook carrying the ball. A pickup of about, well, we'll say back to the original line. So it'll bring up now 3rd down and 6.
Now, so you got Sizemore in the slot, and you got Neal on the back.
Quick pitch out here to Mike Neal. Neal has some running room. There's a flag. We probably got clipping, or we probably got holding. Not a clue, but where that usually is thrown right there, we've got holding or clipping.
Yeah.
Or illegal use of hands. But they're pointing right at the spot. And it is against the Redhounds.
So they have to take it because it would have been a first down.
Clipping. No, that was clipping.
So we're on, let's see, line. That is on the 15. We're going to go back to about the 7.5-yard line, Phil.
So instead of 1st and 10, now it's going to be 3rd and inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. So let's now say repeat the down. We'll bring up 3rd down and about 13.
Now on this, I look for Garrard to shoot a linebacker here. Either 3 or 51 is going in this situation.
Well,
we're down inside the 10-yard line. They're going to try to stick us back.
Absolutely. They've done it all first half. Why stop it now?
We need to generate a good play here.
And number 3 happens to be David Williams. He's a senior linebacker. Foley back to throw. Hangs out the fly pattern over here to Mills. And
interference.
Flags on the play.
So that'll be an automatic first down. The ball will come out to the 22.5 or 22-yard line. If that's on, yes. No, that's
offensive pass interference.
Ooh, that's a loss of down. So, folks, that'll bring up 4th down. And we're going to go back to about the 3-yard line now.
Well, really, I guess Adam Mills did the only thing he could do is when the ball's up for grabs and the offensive guy becomes the defensive guy becomes the offense, it looked like that the defensive man in the maroon jersey, had access to the football, Chandler. And so with that in mind, it is a loss of down that Adam Mills became his defensive back position and interfered to keep from the interception.
We may have had a pick play on field. Oh, we got our blocks here, boys.
Scott Cook right
10 men on the line for the defense.
Back of his end zone. Gets it away, and it will stay in bounds. Great bounce as it goes out of bounds on about the 41-yard line as Scott Cook that time felt a huge amount of pressure from his left side, which is the top of the screen for you all watching this evening, and he was just able to get the football off. Of course, pressure for Scott Cook is nothing. He's a senior. He's been on this team now for 4 years, and he is, like I say, one of those few seniors that we'd have on this football team. Quarterback sneak.
That's too much for a quarterback sneak, guy.
Well, it was a quick count, too. He just went right on off behind his offensive center, who is number 50, and he's a big young man. That is Donnelly Barnes, senior also.
He got 5 yards.
Correction, now that's the tackle, who that center is in just a few moments.
All right, they're setting it up to pull it out here.
That's Mike Condon. He's a junior.
Yep.
And Mike, it looks like he's about 6 foot and about 210.
Third and short here, guys. We're down on the 30-yard line.
Third and a very short one. So let's see if he goes for the quarterback sneak again. It looks like we might have had it. No, he pulled it out. Stephen has plenty enough for the first down. Yes, he sticks it in the belly of the up back, reads the play, pulls it out, goes around the right side, and it is a first down for Garrard County. So the Golden Lions now are in the deepest part of the Red Hound territory for this first game, or for this game. I believe this is, yes, it is the deepest that Garrard County has been all day.
Red Hound pride here, folks. Red Hound pride.
Hand off now to the up back, which happened to be the wing back that time, number 20. And carrying the ball was Boyd. He's the senior tailback. There's one thing I'm looking at this, Chandler, is that they're specialty people. They're linebackers on defense, and their running backs and quarterback here on offense are all seniors.
Yeah.
So they're a very experienced bunch in the skilled positions. This Golden Lions football team.
They pull it.
No, they give it to him. Fumble. No, he kept the ball. It was Boyd that time.
How do we come after that quarterback?
Boyd is the ball carrier and deep out in that red zone of the Red Hounds.
Come on, Hounds.
It will be now 1st and 10.
Red Hound pride here, guys. You got to reach down.
Be 1st and 10, the ball on about the 12-yard line of the Red Hounds. Again, this is the deepest that Garrard County has been in this football game. Stephen now hands it off to the up back, and he's met right there by Simon. And that time, the young man Boyd just keeps him feet going. And for you young players watching this replay right here, watch these tailbacks and fullbacks of, for Corbin and especially the seniors here for Garrard County. When they're hit, Chandler, their feet keep moving and they keep going forward. Stephen now checks off the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down and looks like 6 yards. They need to get just inside the 3-yard line for a first down. Stephen now hands it off this time. Boyd to the right. Boyd's well on his way. Gets down to inside to about the 2-yard line. And that looks like enough for a first down.
Come on, Red Hounds.
As now checking in for the Red Hounds, looks like Kenneth Bays, number 36, a sophomore, 6'2", 190-pounder, is coming in on that defensive side.
Let's go, Hounds. Let's go. Got to have pride and tradition right here. I look for the quarterback to run it.
No, it's 3rd down. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3rd and very short.
Oh, nice play.
Yes, nice play that time. Sizemore reads it all the way as Boyd, just right as he got the football, was leveled. Stephen Johnson and that time Sizemore both met Boyd right as he, and really Stephen that time.
4th down now.
Misread it, looked like, because if he would have held on to the football, pulled it out. And now timeout. We've got a timeout, Garrard County. It'll be 4th down and about 1 for a first. They need to get just inside the 2-yard line. It's right on the 3 as head coach Steve Jewell comes out to fire up his defensive unit right now.
Bell's Car Wash and Auto Lube. Need your car washed? Need your oil changed? Bell's 10-minute lube and car wash at 1240 Cumberland Falls Road in Corbin is the place to take your car. And if you don't have time to take it to them, hey, they'll pick it up and deliver it back to you quickly and safely. The Bells are also pleased to announce that they have a complete mechanical services available with ASE certified mechanic on duty with transmission specialist to computer diagnostics for your car. No job is too large or too small. They're open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Visa and MasterCard are accepted. Brother Phil had 2 cars there to get the oil changed and washed today. We appreciate the fine sponsorship of Bell's Car Wash and Auto Lube.
It's right now 6 Red Hounds, 0 Garrard County. It's 3 minutes and looks like 9 seconds to go here in the third period of play. Garrard County is knocking on the Red Hounds' door. It is 4th down and a foot to get a first down inside the 2-yard line. As Stefan now has a wide out to the top of your screen with a slot. Single back is Boyd. Here's the handoff. Stefan will have it, and he will have the first down. Yes, he will. And Stefan that time did cross the 2-yard line right at about the 1-foot line, Chandler, from my vantage point right here. So we're now in 4-down territory inside the 1-yard line.
Come on, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Now they've got the ball marked right at the 1-yard line. 4-down territory, 4th and 1 goal.
Oh, yeah.
It's the touchdown, Garrard County. As Boyd that time rolled in over the right side, goes in for the touchdown.
I thought he pulled it and got tackled, Phil.
As a good fake that time is coming on now doing the PAT chores is a senior John Craddock for the Garrard County Golden Lions. Craddock now will be doing the kicking chores. The holder for him will be number 2,
look out,
Chris
boys.
Stephan.
Hey, they can't. Wait a minute. That's a penalty. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Okay. Now this puts a twist on the game right here, because they're going to have to go from the 8-yard line rather than the 3.
Well, this is a no-brainer, not even a discussion. You mark it back 5 yards, which is going to put it back. A normal PAT is, 17 yards from the point of where you place the football down on the 7 with the 10. That's 17 yards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now you move it back. That's 22-yard PAT. And there we go, John Craddock for the go-ahead, and yes, he does. So with 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the first period of play, the Red Hounds have found themselves down for the first time in the 1999 season, early in this season, in the third quarter, down 7-6 to the Golden Eagles of Garrard County. How about the Sonic drive-in, ladies and gentlemen? Hungry and in a hurry to get the game? Well, swing on by your Sonic drive-in on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, and just like they used to say, grab a sack of those famous goody-goody hamburgers made just like you like them. They'll shine your teeth, they'll curl your hair, they'll make you feel like a millionaire. And did you even know that they have over 108 different flavors of milkshakes? You can get a different one every day for the next 3 months and not get the same one twice. And right now, Sonic is happy to announce their new shake sensations, the triple chocolate shake, and their 11 fantastic different flavors of mint shakes. Sonic, America's drive-in. And we'd also like to mention the Cumberland Valley National Bank. When it comes to banking, look to your friends at Cumberland Valley National. Let our friendly staff arrange a loan with competitive rates and flexible terms. The Cumberland Valley National Bank has 11 locations in the Tri-County area to serve you. Cumberland Valley National Bank, a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender. On back deep now, Stephen Cook is approaching the football now. He has just put his team on top with the PAT. He is the kicker, number 17, Craddock. Craddock will set it up all about it on his 40-yard line. Cook is deep. He's flanked by Bram Hoover. Cook comes up on a dead run, takes it on the 10, the 15, 20. All behind the right side has a wall of blockers. He's at the 25, the 30, 35, 40, and up to about the 42-yard line. Again, the Red Hounds have excellent field position to start the third, I believe. This will be their third possession of the second half. The shade now is beginning to come our way, Chandler, and I don't know if it's going to get here in time enough for the before this football game's over with, but at least for the kids on the field, it should be cool enough for them now.
Well, maybe we won't have to use the banana boat next week.
No, that's the truth. Goodness sakes. We'll be at the friendly confines of Campbell Field in Dennis Stadium next weekend on Friday evening. It's the Pigskin Classic of 1999 as the Red Hounds will take on Connor. In the second game of the nightcap, first game will be Henry Clay and Fern Creek. Foley under center now, hands it off here to Mike Neal. Mike Neal crosses the 40 up to about the 43-yard line, and Neal looked like that time he had a pretty good little step and was able to move, so that knee may be getting along pretty good for him.
Sure, we're going to get him some reps here. A three-yard gain there by Mike Neal.
Going to have to really give him some reps because Stephen Cook has not left the field, the best I can remember, maybe two times. And yes, well, Cook's still in there, though. It's Sizemore that's out right now. Cook will line up at the
fullback
wing position. Foley under center. Williams is his center. Quick pitch out here to Mike Neal. Ball's behind him. And that time, yes it is, as Neal is able to get close to the 50-yard line as he's tackled on about the 48-yard line. I'll tell you one thing about this Red Hound team, though, under the tutelage of Steve Jewell, offensive coordinator Willard Ferris, is they will not let their kids get down. And it's kind of like they took it personal when they got scored on right there. It's like, well, now we got to answer the call.
That's right.
And I don't mean kind of. I believe they did take it personal. B.J. Foley under center now, hands it off here to Neal. Neal is around the midfield stripe, and it's going to be close to first down.
I believe we got it.
Comes. Phil Jones will place his foot, it looks like, where they have the ball. It will be, yes, it should be first down from our vantage point. We're sitting right at, yes, first down Red Hounds, as we're located right smack dab on the 50-yard line here in Danville, Kentucky at Admiral Stadium. The beautiful football field and complex here in Danville, Kentucky, of a rich traditional Danville Admirals. One thing about Danville this year is we don't have to face them.
No, they dropped single A.
They're a single A ball club, and I'll tell you what, that single A is tough. You got Mayfield, Danville, down in there in that single A division.
Come on,
Sizemore. Sizemore.
Oh, yeah.
It up.
Come on, Sizemore. Turn it on now, baby.
5, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Red Hounds on a 48-yard, looks like counter play that time to John Sizemore. And you could see on about the 30-yard line, Chandler, that I don't know where he got those jets from. But I'll tell you what, it looked like he hit a button on the side of his pants there, and he shot out of the reach of 4 golden.
That acceleration surprised me out of Jonathan.
It surprised me, too, because let me tell you what, John Sizemore is another young man that has been on that field almost for every rep, but now he'd been off on a rest for the last two plays at Mike Neal.
Stephen came out,
yep,
and John came in.
Right, so that whatever it was, it worked. Stephen Cook on a 48-yard. Here's B.J. Foley. Foley rolls. Yes, he throws it to Stephen Cook. That was an excellent play.
Call.
Excellent play that time. Red Hounds get the 2-point conversion, so with 47 seconds to go in the third period of play, the Red Hounds have gone on top of the Golden Lions of Garrard County, 14-7.
Okay, Phil, let's get another one of our fine sponsors, Shoney's of Corbin. Ahoy, all you seafood lovers. Shoney's of Corbin is your place to drop anchor for a whale of a buffet on seafood. Baked fish, shrimp, fried catfish, chowder, plus all the fixings. And on Tuesdays, you can get crab legs for only $3 more with your buffet. Sail into Shoney's on Tuesdays and Fridays from 4 p.m. until 11 p.m. for a great catch on seafood. There's always something great being cooked up at your Shoney's of Corbin.
Well, I tell you what, right now, Chandler, I'm very pleased with this third period of play offensively, especially this last drive of the Red Hounds. They come out, they have the football, they get a great kickoff return by Bram Hoover.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, in that first series, they shoot themselves in the foot, okay? And then they get on their second series, they really they go backwards again. On the third series, then all of a sudden, Garrard County scores to go on top for the first time in the game by 7-6. And then the Red Hounds again get the kickoff, make a good return, and it showed me something like a gut check that the Red Hounds did. Let's see defensively now what these Red Hounds can do is taking up on about the Boyd will take it at the 15-yard line.
Get off the blocks,
get off the blocks. Good job. About the 23-yard line. Is coming in is Adam Mills, and also off the bottom of the pile is Aaron Sams.
Right. Okay, now let's see if this gives a little wake-up call, gives a little adrenaline on the defensive side of the football.
Let's say something about the young man on the tackle there, Aaron Sams. You know, he is a case of a young man that he was hurt severely in his young career. Should not even be playing the football game. Or football anymore. Rehabilitated himself, went to work, said, yes, I want to play, got the clear, and he's out here playing his junior year. And that's just a testimony of what kind of kid he is, and also these young Red Hounds.
Hit him.
Stephen has the...
Everybody on him.
Retains the football that time as he is tackled, and he's going to come up limping just a little bit. He's going to get a gain of about 5 yards. It'll bring up now 2nd down and 5. Ball just inside or just before the 30-yard line of Garrard County, in between the 29 and 30. 13 seconds to go here in the 3rd period of play. Red Hounds on top, 14-7.
Oh, nice play. Is that Stephen Johnson?
Yes, it is. Stephen 76. Johnson stays at home, and 65. Also, Jeremy Hart from his defensive end did a great job of read that time. No gain. So at the end of the 3rd period of play, the Red Hounds are 14. It's the Golden Lions of Garrard County, 7.
Stanley and Henry's Food Mart, 25 years in operation and still going strong. Get your day started off right with a cup of the best coffee or cappuccino anywhere. Always fresh and always hot. Open 365 days a year with 4 locations to serve you. Tattersall, Gordon Hill, Maple Lane, and the convenient Food Mart in North Corbin. Stanley and Henry's Food Marts are your headquarters for whatever you may need. Gas, pop, milk, snacks, candy, or lunch meats. Stanley and Henry's Food Marts. Stop by soon.
Well, I can say one thing to you right now. There may be 12 seniors on the Garrard County side, and there's only 4 seniors for the Red Hounds. But right now, you can throw that out the window because these young Red Hounds have stuck their nose and have started really slapping some of those senior specialty people for Garrard County right in the top of the head, and they're doing just an excellent job of answering the wake-up call.
Sure have. We got a 3rd down and 5 here for Garrard County. We need to see our defense step up right here.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you right here at the start of the 4th quarter that next Friday night we'll be on the friendly confines of Campbell Field as a Pigskin Classic will be played again at the Red Hounds will take on Connor around 9-ish. You can check your local listings this week, but it'll be around 9 o'clock as the first game should be a humdinger. It'll be the Henry Clay Blue Devils taking on out of Louisville, Kentucky, Fern Creek. Of course, you recall Fern Creek played in the same Pigskin.
We're going to pull it. Oh, we're right on him. Steely.
Fumble.
Pick it up.
Ball on the ball. Yes,
we got it.
Stephen Cook.
All right, baby. What a stick on the quarterback by number 27, Jason Steely. He stood him up, buddy, and he got punished.
Well, that's one thing that we know about Jason Steely, that, he had a concussion, because what Jason Steely doesn't know, let me give some stats on him. He doesn't know he's 5'8", 173 pounds. He thinks he's 6'8", 280 pounds, because he don't care. He'll stick his nose up in there and hit you. And that time it was Steely, as the Red Hounds again have it deep now after that fumble recovery on the 10-yard line. 1st and 10. Here is Mike Neal.
Come on, Neal.
Some green. He comes outside, heading toward the end zone. Touchdown. And we got a flag on the play. Where that comes from, we've got illegal block or a hold. I can guarantee you that. So that'll disallow the penalty or the touchdown. Good run that time, 10 yards though by Mike Neal. We're going to mark it back 10 yards from that point, and it'll bring it now 1st and 20.
Gambler's Collision Center. Have you had a little fender bender? Then you need to see the folks at Gambler's Collision Center. They'll put your car or truck back on the road with a showroom finish. They have damage-free towing, and all their work is guaranteed. All insurance estimates are honored at Gamble Collision Center, 400 North Laurel Avenue in Corbin. Phone 526-6020.
As a new alignment now comes in for the Red Hounds, it will be Scott Cook, John Sizemore, and Bram Hoover. He will replace Mike Neal, Scott Cook, No, Scott Cook has come in now. It's trips to the bottom of your screen with Cook, Hoover, and Mills. Lone back now in motion is Stevens Cook.
Nobody in the backfield.
Sizemore has it, and touchdown!
That's what you call reaching for the pass, Phil.
Absolutely. It's John Sizemore from about the 3-yard, and we got a flag on the play. Holding against the Red Hounds. And they're going to mark it back now 10 more yards from this part. And so now there's the 2nd touchdown called back. And on both plays, you headed for the 2 kids. Mike Neal made a great run.
He sure did.
A great pass and catch and laying himself out with Sizemore just wanting that end zone. Now they're going to mark it back 10 more yards from the point of infraction.
So it's going to be first and goal on the 32-yard line?
It'd be the 32-yard line, so...
First and goal.
Absolutely. How many first and goals on the 32-yard line have you seen?
Now, this tell you the truth about how well a young team's progressed right here.
Absolutely. This is pretty good adversity right here. Here's a quick pitch out here to Mike Neal. Mike Neal cuts it up, but no, he's not. He's going to be met right there by big number 1, Moberly, from his strong safety position. And it's going to be dropped for a loss of about, no, they're going to say, no, about a gain of 1, short 1. So now it's second. Well, really, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2nd and 32.
Yeah.
But let's say 2nd and goal. I believe our clock keeper over here needs to get kind of straightened up because he's got 2nd and yards to go, 28, ball on the 32. Needs to go 32 yards. Pass out here to Stephen Cook. Down to right at about the 21-yard line.
Nice little drag pattern out there. If they hadn't stayed at home now, that'd been 6 on the board.
Off to the races. Bring up now 3rd and goal on the 21.
10-yard pickup field?
It was 10 yards.
Let's see, yeah, 10 yards.
So it's now 3rd and 21. I like this clock keeper, Chandler. Look at this. It says 3rd and yards to go, 18, ball on the 22, and I'm saying 3rd
better
and goal.
Watch that guy.
Yeah, I'm saying 3rd and goal. Now, young man, I believe you got something's not ginning a hon here. Here we go. It's now B.J. Foley in the shotgun. He repositions Graham Hoover.
Come on, guys. Get set here.
Hanging in the tight end position now. Will be too much time. I knew it. The Red Hounds just were out of sync completely on that play. Mark it back 5 yards. It was 3rd and 22. Now it's 3rd and 27.
Here you get the ball on the 10-yard line. You score twice. They call them both back.
And you got 3rd and 27.
I mean, we could.
Go figure.
That might have broke their back there.
Well, it's 10 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the 4th and final period of play. Possession-wise, the Red Hounds have got. I'd like to know the time of possession this half.
Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't kept that.
Red Hounds have held the ball pretty well, and that's one thing.
Here's the blitz. Here's the blitz.
Oh, as Foley really tried to force the ball in there to Adam Mills, as it was again a big number 80 for Garrard County, staying at home Ryan Sarlis, a free safety junior, and it was could have very well easily been a interception. We've got a whole host of new white jerseys now coming in for the Red Hounds, as I don't know whether we're going to try to punt the football away here or what we're going to do. As Cook, yes, it will be Cook coming in. So we'll just have to wait here and see what the coaching staff may be coming up with.
Yeah, short punt. You try to get it down on the goal line.
Pooch punt. Yeah. Coffin corner. Up back is number 40, Mike Neal. Okay, here we go. It's a pooch kick.
Come on,
right
get down
straight down the middle of the field, though.
Get down there.
It's going to... Yes, sir. No.
Oh.
No, hit the line. Almost a great play that time, as Scott Cook did exactly what he was told to do. He put the ball down about the 3, and we just could not get there to get to it.
We had two hands on it. We slapped it back, and we couldn't get it in possession in the field.
So, with 9 minutes and 47 seconds to go here in Danville, Kentucky, in the Constitution Bowl of 1999, the debut of Steve Jewell and his Corbin Red Hounds, the new head coach of these Red Hounds. Offensive coordinator is Willard Ferris this year. The other coaches, Jeff Garman, Greg Duncombe, Greg Dean, a new coach on staff this year, Dave Hanna and Brent Jackson.
The field looks like Stefan's back in. Running offense again.
Running that option as Boyd is up to about the 25-yard line.
He's just setting you up to pull it right there and tuck it himself. you can expect it from either this play or the next one.
Oh, absolutely. He's a senior. He's ran these so many times he could do it within his sleep.
Okay, we've got 2 wideouts, 3 wideouts this way, Phil.
Coach Hester has great trust in his big, strong quarterback, Stefan.
Yeah, hold it!
Up. And coming in, yes, sirree, boy.
Oh, I heard a pop.
He's going to be dropped for a loss.
Stephen Johnson,
of
Stephen
about 5
Cook,
yards on this
Hank
play.
Sima, Jeremy Hart. Boy,
that was I could hear it all the way up here.
You better believe it, buddy. There was a pop down there.
How far are we from that play?
50 yards.
50 yards, a good 50 yards, and a whole lot of people in front of us. And we haven't talked about this tonight, but there's a great contingency of Red Hound fans across from us. And then these Danville in the stands that we're in right now is the home side of Danville.
Boys, cover the pass. Cover the pass. Here it comes.
Oh, good play, John Davis. John Davis read that perfect. I don't know if I think he possibly could have got in there for an interception.
Yeah, he looked close, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
So fourth down, 15, Phil.
Yes.
Big play there on 3rd down when we got him caught over here on the sideline.
It's possession time now for the Red Hounds. If they can get their hands on the football, we've had two touchdowns here in this 4th quarter called back.
Yep.
Red Hounds are on top, 14-7. Here's the punt, high, wobbly, taken up by Bram Hoover, and Hoover falls back on it. And there, the Red Hounds will take over on their own side of the 50-yard line at about the 48-yard line.
Okay, Phil. Lowe's Sporting Goods. If you can pass it, kick it, throw it, slam it, shoot it, dunk it, putt it, hit it, dribble it, catch it, or whatever, then you need to get to Lowe's Sporting Goods in London and Corbin. Anything you could possibly want or need in sporting goods is at Lowe's. Support your favorite team with great-looking team jackets, shirts, and hats. Get to the big leagues in sporting goods with Lowe's. Lowe's Sporting Goods in London and Corbin.
Fully under center, the wing back is Cook. It's Skeen and Mike Neal. Mike Neal has it around that left side, top of their screen. Have a gain maybe to the line of scrimmage. No, a gain of 1, right to the 49.
Let's go, Hounds, here. We need to eat up clock right here. We need to eat up clock. This is good smash mouth football. Move it down. Possession football right here, Phil.
The best offense we've got, our best defense we've got right now is that unit on the field, the offensive unit. Here's Neal now. Cuts across the midfield up to about the 46-yard line.
Good pick.
Good cut that time. Bring up now 3rd down, and let's say about 5 yards. No, excuse me, 4 yards. Well, they keep moving it. Well, okay, 4 yards. As Foley now gets it, it's John Sizemore and Adam Mills report in for the Red Hounds.
We see Mike Neal getting some more carries here in the 2nd half, don't we, Phil?
Yes, we do, as Neal will be going out. And it'll be the 2 big backs, the 2 power backs. That is Stephen Cook and John Sizemore. Skeen will be lined up in the fullback spot.
Block. He's there. He's there. Attaboy.
1st down. Beautiful
nice play.
Nice play.
11-yard gain for 1st down.
As Foley is slow getting up. Now he's up running to the sideline for coaching staff. He gets the play as the Red Hounds. That was a beautiful play that time.
Yes, it was. It's good play calling by Coach Ferris here, Phil. Here's it, run, pass.
Mm-hmm.
And keep them thinking, keep them on their heels.
Why isn't the clock running?
I don't know.
1st down. It doesn't stop the clock unless they move the chains, and they're supposed to start it back. 6:56. I don't have the clue why the clock's not. Well, anyway. Okay.
They're a little slow on the clock there, Phil.
I reckon they were, because it was a 1st down. You do stop the clock to move the chains, but
yes,
you're supposed to march it and play and go.
Once the box is set, you can wind it.
Absolutely.
You don't have to have the chain set. That box has to be set, though.
So it's 6:34 counting down. About 15 seconds that time was lost. Right now we've got a stoppage in play. as the field judge over here is told something by one of the Garrard County coaches. As big 78 comes into play and replacing number 68.
See somebody hurt. That's usually the only reason they'll do that is, you know, stop play to make a substitution like that. Second down and 8, Phil.
Second and 8.
6:22 left, fourth quarter.
I back strong left. Foley now hands it off to Stephen Cook. Stephen Cook across the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. It'll bring up
about 3 yards.
It'll bring up third and let's say 5. Red Hounds need to hang on to the football. 5 minutes and 58 seconds. Put a score right here, and I think the Red Hounds have this game in hand. Like I said before, early in the third period of play, Chandler, we had 2 touchdowns called back. Back-to-back touchdowns called back because of penalties.
Make the play.
Well, there he is. If he can get to the outside, Cook's on it. He's to the 20. Takes on and down to about the 11-yard line. First down, Red Hounds. As that time coming up to make the play was Crutchfield. Crutchfield, look, is about 5'10" and about 165. Stephen Cook, his stats are 6'2", 180.
First down to Garrard, 11-yard line.
Looks familiar. Now the Red Hounds will have it first and 10 just inside Garrard County's own 11-yard line.
Now we took over with 6.
Right at 6:48.
6:40-something.
Yes.
6:40-something on the clock.
Foley under center now. Skeen and Mike Neal.
Oh,
Mike Neal
there's a
cuts
break.
back a beautiful hole that time. We could see it perfectly open up from our vantage point as Levi Skeen from his fullback's position absolutely pancaked the linebacker, and Neal cut perfectly off of him to get close, deeper into Garrard County territory on about the 3-yard line. We'll bring up now second down.
2nd and 3.
And 2 for the first, 2nd and 3 for the touchdown.
All right, let's go, Hounds.
This is exactly what these young Red Hounds needed.
Now, this is where I think that you should put play clocks up in your stadium.
Yes.
Is for time management.
So we could see power eye to the left, double tight end, hands to Neal. Neal scoots off one, touchdown.
No flags.
Red Hounds. I don't see any.
No flags.
Touchdown, Red Hounds with 4:19 to go. Mike Neal from 3 yards out in the power eye formation. He dotted that eye, goes in untouched for the first down.
Nice job. Nice job of blocking by the line.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a flag on the play.
Oh, where'd you see it?
On the far side over there where Neal goes in.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it after the touchdown?
I believe it was. So the touchdown, I believe, will stand.
Yeah, it would have to. If it was
and they'll penalize either on the kickoff or the PAT. Depends on what. Celebration.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yep. Against the Hounds.
That's on the extra point.
So they'll mark it back 10 yards.
15.
Oh, 15, excuse me. Here goes, my goodness.
All right, boys, get set now. Get set.
Here's the swinging gate all the way from ball sitting on the 18-yard line. He's going to try it. Foley's going to try to kick this one. Ball will be placed on the 25. This is a 35-yard PAT.
All right, let's get the ball down now.
Nope.
Oh, that hurt. Ouch. What happened? Did he step on his toe? Or?
I really don't know what he did, but he come up limping.
Sure did. Okay, folks. We started that drive with 5:26 and with 4:19 left in the fourth quarter. Corbin on top, 20-7. Snappy Tomato Pizza, home of the ranch pizza. Tastes like no other kind of pizza. Subs, buffalo wings, salads, breadsticks, potato wedges, and their famous all-you-can-eat luncheon buffet with free drinks on Mondays and Tuesdays when you eat the buffet. Eat in or carry out. For your convenience, Snappy Tomato has fast, snappy delivery service at home or the office. Remember, we make our dough fresh in our store daily. Snappy Tomato Pizza goes great with Red Hound replays. Give them a call at 526-9300. 100. Snappy Tomato Pizza Company.
Red Hounds go down 7-6 early in the third period of play after leading at halftime 6-0. You think, okay, here's a young football team, had a Mo going in at halftime, had a great kickoff return to start the third period of play, and then went backwards. Then they're scored on. Next time, go backwards. Next time is the third series, though, is when the Red Hounds put it all together to go up on the fourth drive, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The third period of play is when the Red Hounds went on top. So the Red Hounds did not falter, but continued to build upon it.
Oh, gosh.
Out of bounds, mark it down, a 5-yard penalty, mark 5 yards back, and do it again.
Well, there's 3 options here. Take it where it went out of bounds, take it on the 35, or back them up 5 and kick it again.
Garrard County has that option?
Yes.
I'd take a ball right there.
Yeah. It'd be hard to pass that up now, 43-yard line.
I'd be definitely taking the football right there at the 43 if I've got that option. At 4:19 to go, I'm down 13 points. That's 2 touchdowns automatically. I can guarantee you that. You know, you're going to have a 2 touchdowns.
So Garrard County comes out on the field. Red Hound defense gets ready to set up. Now you're going to have to see, I think, some passing here by Garrard County. Their quarterback comes trotting onto the field, number 2, Stefan.
Stefan now is under center as late coming in is one of the offensive linemen, the tackle, sophomore Chris Ruth.
See, they're going
shotgun. Stefan in the shotgun, back deep.
Make a play here.
It out here. It's incomplete.
Even get a hand
up there. Stayed in there with Stephen Cook. It's intended for number 80 of Garrard County, and that is Ryan Sarlis.
So we got 2nd down 10, Phil. I tell you, Garrett's not as crisp on their offensive possessions here in the fourth quarter, have they?
Well, you know, it's like a pitcher in baseball. After you face some guy the second and third time, you know pretty much what's happening as a pitcher-batter situation. What Coach Jewell's seen all this down there, able to make the corrections, and I believe, you know, it's great coaching and good playing of these kids right here. Sutter's back to throw now. He looks at Crow.
Ooh.
Goodness sakes.
Adam
Mills goes for the
that
interception. And Moberly, the senior, is just out of his reach.
Phil, that brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Golden Lions of Garrard County.
Again, just a reminder, it's 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in this football game. Red Hounds are on top 20-7. It's Pigskin Classic, and next Friday evening, as Connor invades Campbell Field to take on the Red Hounds at the nightcap game of the Pigskin Classic. Seth about to throw now. He has it out here to the right side to Boyd.
Oh, nice open field tackle.
Great open field. Jason Steele, there he is again. The young man, the junior, like we said, took off his sophomore year last year and comes back this year, and it's been a great plus for no gain. No gain.
They set that up the last play, too, because we didn't look like we had anybody to cover that guy, and he sure made a tackle on that one.
A great closing that time by Jason Steele.
4th and 10 right here, folks. Get outside. Get outside. Attaboy. Good defense by the Hounds.
Excellent defense as Stefan kept at that time. And what makes that defense good, I would say that would be a coverage sack, because as he looks downfield, our defensive backs have a blanket. And seriously, on the right side, it looked like we had a saddle. As we were riding their receivers down the field, Stefan looks up. He says, well, the only thing I do is tuck it and run. And again, he's able to pick for no gain, so the Red Hounds take over.
We need 2 first downs here, Phil. We need 2 first downs to run this clock.
It's the wishbone backfield double tied in. It is Sizemore, Neal, and Cook in the backfield behind Foley. Hands it off here to Neal.
Picks up 5.
Neal carrying up.
Now we're to the Willard Ferris traditional smash mouth 5 yards football. That is ball control, time possession, turn the clock off. It's fourth quarter. You want your team in much better shape than the team that you're playing, and you just wear them out.
Yep.
And that's Willard Ferris's philosophy. And you know what? It's 20-7, 2:53. Seems to be working pretty well.
We need to snap the ball right before 2:40, so we need to get out of here. Come on, guys.
And slashing through that time was number 45, Brian Hodge, from his tackle position to make the stop.
They need a first down right here. Okay, whistle, ball's ready for play. We'll be under a minute with this snap.
Skeen now checks in. Is Neal out? 2 minutes and 5 seconds counting down in the football game as Foley comes to the line of to the huddle to deliver his play. And even 2 minutes and now under 1:58, 57, 56. And too much time.
Yep, they called it that time. So bring up about 3rd and 14 for the Hounds.
So a minute and 52 seconds to go. Red Hounds will take this 5-yard penalty. You know, I'm looking over there at B.J. Foley, and he's not moving as crisp as he did earlier. You know that?
He's got a limp to him. I don't know if he got stepped on.
It's when he, on the PAT attempt, it's where he come up lame. I don't think anybody hit him. It looked like, well, if somebody had hit him, we'd had a penalty. Sizemore on the way around.
Come on, John, turn him
He's off to the races.
Oh, here he goes.
He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's 51. At the 10. Oh, down to the
51, 46-yard run.
Down to about the 6-yard line as Sizemore is tackled. All of a sudden I look and he's in the end zone, but he bounced right up that quick. And he's kind of limping a little bit. He's had some ankle problems, but you're not going to keep John Sizemore out of that lineup. If he can breathe and walk at all, he's going to play.
You're exactly right. So we started this drive with 3:23 left. We were down to 140. Corbin on the 6-yard line of Garrard County. So it has been totally possession football for Corbin here in the fourth quarter, Phil.
Oh, it sure has. Coming back, Stephen Cook is close inside the 5, maybe down to the 3-yard line. There's an excellent cutback that time, but Stephen Cook behind the left side of his offensive line. That's the top of your screen.
And we have a Garrard County player down. Tri-County insulated metal panels and storage buildings. Are you tired of not having any room in your garage to park the car because it's full of all your lawn and garden equipment? Do you need extra space to store all those holiday decorations? Then our good friends at Tri-County Insulated Panels and Storage Buildings on the Old London Highway can help you solve your storage problems today. They can build you a storage building as big as you need for all your tools and equipment with room to spare. Call Tri-County Insulated Metal Panels at 523-9232. They have free delivery of their buildings in the Tri-County area.
Again, it's a minute and 5 seconds to go in this football game. The Red Hounds 20. It's Garrard County, the Golden Lions 7. It's 2nd and 3 or 2nd and goal, let's say. And let's go back to another one of our fine sponsors, Union National Bank.
Union National Bank is proud to introduce their UNB, Union National Bank customer hotline. Now you can access your account 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from any touch-tone phone. It's like having a branch office in your own home. Use your hotline to check the balance of your savings or checking accounts. Find out the current market rates or loan payoff balances. Union National Bank, committed to the future, committed to you and your needs. Union National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The young man hurt for Garrard County is number 3, their senior linebacker, David Williams, who's played a pretty good football game running from the offense and defensive side of the balls for Garrard County tonight. He's shook out a little bit on his own speed, though. He comes off the field. It's Foley now in that power eye right formation now. The power eye right is, and we got a flag.
Oh.
Before we ever did anything.
Somebody's in the neutral zone then if he blew it off that quick.
Dead ball. Huh?
False start.
Okay.
On the offense, so we're going to back up 5.
What did we do that time, Chandler? We just blew the ball.
Well,
the whistle
we
for
either in
play.
the neutral zone or somebody moved prior to the snap.
Okay. Well, sure was quick because he blew the whistle to put the ball in play, and in a matter of milliseconds, they blow the whistle again and throw the flag.
Yep.
Okay. It's now 1 minute even to go here in this football game. The Red Hounds look like they're going to pull out their first win for head coach Steve Jewell of 1999. Quick pitch out, fumble.
Whoa.
And Garrard County's got it. Looks like.
Nope.
No, Neil got it. Okay, good job. The clock will continue to run now. It's under 45 seconds. So, you know, I know it wasn't real pretty for Steve Jewell, but I can tell you this right now. He'll take any of these non-pretty wins that he can get because the Red Hounds now will go into his first year as head coach, the first game of the 99 season, the last season of this millennium, to start the year 2000, and his first win.
Yep.
As head coach.
We're gonna run the clock down and take a delay penalty right here, Phil.
I don't blame them. Or
timeout.
Yeah, let's take a timeout.
Okay.
Okay, with that timeout, I tell you what, let's redirect ourselves for the, if you're a season ticket holder and you have not picked up your season tickets, please do so as soon as possible. If you are not going to purchase your tickets, please call the athletic director and let him know so the tickets can be made available. If you are not a season ticket holder and you would like to purchase season tickets, please call the athletic director or come by his office. And the athletic director at Corbin High School is Gerald Foley, and he's located just off the main office at Corbin High School. Just a reminder, get those reserve tickets and general admission tickets for the Cumberland Falls Pigskin Classics. You can get them also from his office. Chandler?
Phil, let's go to our fine sponsors for the 1999 Red Hound replays. Union Planters Bank, Davis Salvage, Pepsi-Cola Bottling of Corbin, Bell's Car Wash and Auto Lube, Sonic Drive-In, Cumberland Valley National Bank, Shoney's of Corbin, Stanley and Henry's Dairy and Food Marts, Central Automotive, Gambler's Collision Center, Lowe's Sporting Goods, Snappy Tomato Pizza, Union National Bank, and Tri-County Insulated Metal Panels.
18 seconds to go. 3rd and 14. And it is Neal. Neal will get inside the 10. That is the last play of this Constitution Bowl for the Red Hounds. As the clock will count down, the Red Hounds will win head coach Steve Jewell's first game as head coach, 20-7 over the Golden Lions of Garrard County. And Chandler, I tell you, you look back sometimes you say, well, it wasn't really pretty, but hey, I don't know, pretty or not pretty, hey, the Red Hounds showed a lot of character. They showed a lot of guts, and they showed a lot of determination, and they showed a lot of pride.
That's right.
A lot of pride, because when you put the red and silver on, I don't care if you're an 8th grader and you're out there playing. Yeah, you may be overmatched, but I'll tell you this right here, you'll give it everything you've got.
That's right.
So these Red Hounds are victorious. We want to remind you they'll be in action again next Friday evening as the Corbin High School Red Hounds will take on the Connor team, the AAA team out of Northern Kentucky, in the final game of the Pigskin Classic to be played next Friday evening. The first game, it will be the Henry Clay Blue Devils and the Fern Creek, and I can't remember what their mascot is, but it will be Fern Creek out of Louisville. If you recall, Fern Creek played in the Pigskin Classic last year. An excellent football team. And if you recall, also the Red Hounds scrimmaged Henry Clay a couple of 3 weeks ago. Looked pretty good against them, Chandler. And then we see last night, which was Friday night, that Henry Clay just destroys their crosstown rival and the Commodores of Tates Creek, which really kind of impressed me about these young Red Hounds, that they had enough guts and tenacity to stand up against probably one of the finest 4A teams in the state.
And they're giving away the most valuable player on defense goes to Garrard County's 45.
And that is number 40.
Hines.
Yes, it is. Number 45, that is Hodges. Brian Hodges. And so I'm anxious to see who the offensive player will be for the Red Hounds.
He was in on a lot of plays now, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. We had 45 Hodge in on quite a few. He's a senior defensive tackle, matter of fact. Actually, he was a down tackle, and at times he played linebacker.
22 for Corbin.
Stephen Cook. Stephen Cook.
Well,
there
all
you
right.
go. The sophomore tailback, 6'2", 180, is the offensive player of the game for the Red Hounds. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the offensive player is sophomore Stephen Cook. That is nothing but just absolutely great, because it means he's got 2 more years to wear that red and gray here for the Red Hounds.
That's right, baby.
Okay, he's congratulated by his big brother, his senior brother, Scott Cook. So, as the trophy presentation goes out for the overall championship, they'll give out the runner-up to Garrard County. They'll come and receive their trophy, and then it'll be the Red Hounds receiving their championship trophy. Here in the second contest here, of course, we will not have it on air, but it will be Franklin Simpson and Danville. And that'll be a pretty good football game here in this second contest here. Danville and Franklin Simpson, if you recall that... that's 2 pretty good powerhouses in high school football. Of course, Danville this year has dropped down to single A.
Yes, they have.
And so, I mean, they've played single A, won it. They've played double A, won it. And they've played triple A. I don't think they ever won it, but I believe they made it to the finals a couple of times. So here's the Red Hounds receiving their championship trophy in the first game here of the Constitution Bowl. And we want to congratulate head coach Steve Jewell and his debut as head coach of the Corbin Red Hounds 1999 version. Chandler, recap.
Well, Phil, Corbin didn't play all that great a first half offensively. Defensively, on the side of the ball, they look good. Second half, they come out and play good, adequate defense and pick up the intensity toward the end in the fourth quarter, especially on the possessions that Garrard County had on offense. Offensively, I thought they picked up well. After the third quarter being somewhat of a slow quarter for us, 2 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Maybe 2 or 3 possessions like that. But when time came for the fourth quarter,
yes,
we stepped up offensively, and that's got to have coaches feeling good, got to have the players feeling good. To have that win under your belt, and that you came back from adversity.
Okay, well, for Chandler Cook, my name is Philip Russell, and we want to thank you for joining us here from Danville, Kentucky, Admiral Stadium, where the Red Hounds have knocked off the Golden Lions of Garrard County 20-7 in the debut of Steve Jewell and his 99 Red Hounds. Again, join us next week as we'll be bringing you the Pigskin Classic from Campbell Field Dennis Stadium. The Red Hounds will be taking on Connor, a AAA school out of northern Kentucky. Again, for Daniel Junker, our trusty good cameraman, Chandler Cook, my color man, myself, Philip Russell, good evening. Have a safe week.